Now at 10, thousands of people spend their day waiting in line, but it wasn't for a deal on a TV or the first chance at concert tickets. What a piece of the past means to the community of Janesville. And safety concerns are preventing rescue workers from looking for survivors after an explosion at an Illinois factory.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 10.
Thousands of people waited in a long line in Janesville today for a chance to get a piece of history. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter tells us why so many made the trip, all to get a brick. Adam?
Well, Amanda, for many in Janesville, it's still hard to believe that it's been a decade since the last car was produced at the General Motors plant right here in town. But even though the plant is gone, it's certainly not forgotten. Sifting, sorting, sharing.
It's the GM way.
We're going to ask you if you want 1 or 2 bricks.
A piece of Janesville history.
They just wanted something to touch, to hold on to, that it means a lot to them.
The bricks that once built this town's most iconic landmark.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Finding a new home. But it's more than just the cinders that had thousands of people waiting in line on a perfectly good Saturday. It's what they represent.
My father worked there, my uncles, I've had friends there, and I work at Belvedere in Illinois at Chrysler. So the automotive industry is in our blood.
Former GM employees,
It's like working on the line.
pitching in to give away a portion of the place they once called home. Remembering the plant
And it has 4-barrel carburetor.
and the cars it created.
I bought it when I was a junior in high school from a used car lot. It was a year old.
The cars that drove America.
My 1970 Impala that we're driving was built at the Janesville plant, and so we decided to drive 675 miles from Kansas to get a brick from the plant.
Is it worth it?
Absolutely.
Last Sunday, these same people watched as the last icon to fall did. And while the plant no longer stands here, it now lives on in the homes of thousands across the country.
This is part of that grieving process for people, but it's not necessarily closure. I mean, everybody, it's just like grieving anything. It's personal, and you grieve personally.
Now, today's event started at 1 p.m., but the folks who were first in line, they started waiting for this event at 9:30 a.m. just to get those bricks. Now, there were some bricks left over, but the folks with Blackhawk Credit Union say they're not sure so far if there will be another event to hand more of those bricks out.
You can tell it means a lot to those people. Thank you so much, Adam. Let's get a look at your first alert weather with Gary Canalti out on the patio. A pretty beautiful night after a beautiful day.
Yeah, very comfortable out here tonight. Skies are either clear or partly cloudy, and there's not much of a breeze. So even though temperatures are in the 50s, it actually feels pretty comfortable. On Weather Track, you can see we're kind of in between weather systems to the southeast, one to the north and west. It'll bring in some shower and thunderstorm chances tomorrow. Low temperatures this morning were on the chilly side. We dropped to 35 degrees in Madison. Many locations were in the mid to upper 30s, but high temperatures made it up into the upper 60s here in town, and to the north and west it was even warmer. 73 degrees the high temperature in La Crosse, 73 in Black River Falls, 71 in Camp Douglas, and current temperatures are still in the mid to upper 50s through much of southern Wisconsin. Away from Lake Michigan, temperatures a little cooler there. Otherwise, by tomorrow morning, look for temperatures to drop into the middle to upper 40s, but we'll see some scattered showers or a few thunderstorms develop at some point during the day tomorrow. It'll be variably cloudy. Our high temperature, though, should still top out at 70 degrees. That's your News 3 Now First Alert forecast.
Thank you, Gary. 2 people are still missing this evening after an explosion in northern Illinois. It could be felt as far north as Milwaukee. Authorities say at least 1 person was killed when a, quote, catastrophic explosion happened around 9:30 last night at a silicone chemicals factory in Waukegan. That's about 40 miles north of Chicago. The search for 2 missing people has been suspended due to safety concerns.
For the last hour or so, we've been wrapping the scene up. We've had a bunch of different people evaluating due to the chemicals that were in the building and the structural instability. It's been deemed unsafe for us to continue any sort of search.
Officials say 9 people were in the building at the time. The explosion also damaged at least 5 other buildings in that area. New at 10, Madison police are looking for a shooter after reports of gunshots this evening on the east side. Around 6:30, police got a call about shots fired near Ruby Court in a neighborhood near Milwaukee Street. No one was injured. Police ask anyone with information about the shooting to call their non-emergency line. Madison police say a driver was allegedly part of several hit-and-run crashes last night, including running into the downtown Madison Public Library and the Overture Center. Officers say just before midnight last night, they started getting calls about multiple hit-and-run crashes downtown. They were able to locate the car but could not pull the driver over. The other crashes were reported around South Park Street and West Wash. In Middleton, software company Paradigm is launching a charitable foundation to benefit first responders. The initial responding officers are credited with saving the lives of several employees during a workplace shooting last September at Paradigm. The foundation's first campaign is contributing to several different first responder organizations across Dane County. If you would like to donate, we do have a link on our website, channel3000.com. Around the state today, Wisconsin outdoors enthusiasts are welcoming in another season. It's the opening day for hook and line fishing. The first Saturday in May is typically when fishing for many different kinds of fish begin. However, some fish like lake sturgeon are off limits until later on in June. You can see what and where you can fish by going to the Wisconsin DNR's website. A new national study shows the forestry industry in Wisconsin is booming. The National Alliance of Forest Owners released a report last month that shows employment in the industry grew nearly 5% from 2010 to 2016. Timber sales increased nearly 10% to $21.6 billion since 2016. The Great Lakes Timber Professionals Association says the growth is due in part to production of more saw timber, the high-quality wood used in hardwood floors. People got together at the high school in Barron today to celebrate the return of Jamie Kloss. A man kidnapped the 13-year-old last October after killing her parents at their rural Barron home. A benefit was held this morning in her honor, with all of the money going to Jamie's aunt and uncle who are raising her.
As a community, we are just blessed. We feel that it was really an answer to prayers to God that Jamie was returned, and we just really want to celebrate her return.
In March, her kidnapper, Jake Patterson, pleaded guilty to killing Jamie's parents and the kidnapping. He faces 2 consecutive life imprisonment sentences for the murder charges alone. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos will appeal a ruling that allows a group of Democratic voters to question him about election boundaries. A panel of judges voted to approve a deposition of Vos over Republican-drawn legislative districts. Democratic voters filed a lawsuit 4 years ago alleging the boundaries were an unconstitutional gerrymander. They want to ask Vos how Republicans drew the boundaries and how the Republicans expected the lines to affect the Democrats. Vos argues he can't be deposed due to legislative privilege. The Belleville Fire Department is commissioning a brand new piece of equipment. The new truck is essentially a toolbox on wheels, carrying rescue tools for all kinds of situations. While tax dollars paid for the truck, Belleville firefighters raised money to buy most of the tools on board. Tomorrow on News 3 Now at 5:30, you will hear how volunteer firefighters are reacting to a new bill at the Capitol that would use tax credits to encourage more people to join the department. The latest Wisconsin Dells attraction doesn't have water slides or roller coasters, but you'll recognize some Madison favorites in this one-of-a-kind space. Officially opening tomorrow, the Grateful Shed Truck Yard on the Wisconsin Dells Parkway is bringing familiar names from Madison, including Taverkaya, Pasquale's Cantina, and Melted Grilled Cheese under one roof to offer food in these non-mobile food trucks. There's also a double-shot coffee stand and a bar, along with indoor games and plenty of unique seating.
My focus, again, when people walk in this door, is to make sure that I create the most unique experience and family memory that they've ever had in their lives.
This is an experience where you can have a taco, have a grilled cheese, have some sushi, grab a coffee, and a bar. And then with the things coming, we're in outside seating, fire pits, and outdoor games. It's going to be, people aren't going to want to leave.
The Grateful Shed Truck Yard is hosting a soft open for business partners tonight and will officially open tomorrow morning at 11. Its grand opening celebration is next Saturday. Coming up next on News 3 Now at 10, in 145 years, there's never been anything like this. Why the finish line at the Kentucky Derby is making headlines tonight for unexpected reasons. The horse that crossed the finish line at the Kentucky Derby today was disqualified. The first time that's happened in Derby history. CBS News' Lauren Podesta sorts out the winners and the losers and looks at what went wrong.
A stunning finish to the world's most famous horse race. Maximum Security, which finished first at Churchill Downs on Saturday, was disqualified after the race was contested. Country House, a 65-1 long shot, came in second and was declared the winner in a huge upset.
It's a great moment. It's a dream come true.
After deliberation, race stewards determined that Maximum Security strayed from his lane before being clear of another horse, almost causing a collision. Country House's trainer reflected on the moment.
It's bittersweet. You always want to win with a clean trip and have everybody recognize the horse as the very good horse and the great athlete that he is. I think due to the disqualification, probably some of that is diminished.
Maximum Security became the first horse ever disqualified in the Derby's 145-year history. His jockey said the noise of the crowd of 150,000 fans unnerved the horse. Track conditions were listed as sloppy for the 19 horses that battled it out in the first race of the Triple Crown. Laura Podesta, CBS News, New York.
The Preakness will be run on May 18th, and the Belmont Stakes is set for June 8th. No doubt that the end of that race was a big surprise at the Edgewater, with fancy hats, mint juleps, and ponies picked. Local fans packed the hotel to watch the Derby while supporting the American Family Children's Hospital. Proceeds from Madison's 4th annual Kentucky Derby will benefit the community around the Children's Hospital, which is a group of professionals and local advocates who share the common goal of making a difference in the lives of children at the hospital.
A lot of our members are grateful families who've experienced the hospital themselves, and they were able to get support from the hospital. They want to pay it forward. They want to help the next family who comes through the hospital.
The organization known as Catch was founded 4 years ago to support children and their families at the Children's Hospital. Four-legged friends flocked to University Hospital this morning for a benefit to help canine officers.
Start the Dog Jog 2019!
The Dog Jog raises money for the UW-Madison Canine Unit. The money goes to training, equipment, and squad car upgrades that make it more comfortable for the canine officers. The event is a fun way for people to interact with the dogs and their human partners in a way they aren't usually able to while they're on the job.
The dogs are more approachable than they are when they're actually working or doing a detail that they have to do. And so it gives us the opportunity for people to interact with us.
Sergeant Banuelo says the canine team loves to be out in the community and meet new people, so if they aren't too busy, you can always say hi and ask to pet the canine officer. Today's weather made it the perfect makeup date for Party for the Planet at Henry Vilas Zoo. The Earth Day celebration was postponed last week after an April snowstorm moved through our area. The party helps celebrate our planet as well as the animals on it. Sunny skies this afternoon were also perfect for a spring celebration in downtown Madison. The Essen House and Dane County Humane Society teamed up for Mai Fest 2019 with food, an outdoor bar, and a traditional maypole dance. People of all ages were able to celebrate the season today. Organizers say it's an important fundraiser for the Humane Society.
We are supported by independent events like this, and so this helps us be able to take care of the over 9,000 animals a year that come through our doors.
There was also a Kentucky Derby watch party at the Comeback Inn Bar and Grill. Well, Gary, it was a great day to have all those events outside today. It was beautiful.
It's actually much nicer here than it was at the Kentucky Derby down in Churchill Downs in Louisville. Now we're looking at the possibility for some rain here tomorrow. Not a complete washout, but we'll see some shower and thunderstorm chances. After that, though, we will see better chances for rain next week. The time lapse from the WIC Skycam today shows clear skies this morning, a few cumulus clouds popping up this afternoon, and then as we headed towards sunset, even those faded away. And it's actually pretty nice out there this evening. Now, as we look at the high temperatures across the state, Madison was at 66. 57. It was actually warmer to our north and west. Temperatures at or above 70 degrees, even into the Superior area up in far northwestern Wisconsin. But those temperatures are starting to drop. We're still in the upper 50s to around 60 through much of the state. Superior's dropped to 51, and there are 40s not far to the north and west. There's actually a cold front, which is dropping southeastward. And right along that front, you can see some scattered showers here, some thunderstorms on the southern end of the front over toward Omaha, Nebraska. We'll probably start to see some shower and thunderstorms pop up during the morning tomorrow, and then see a couple through the afternoon, and even a chance for some rain on Monday. Better chances for rain come Wednesday and Thursday. Some of the latest computer model forecasts are now showing the potential for anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rain. This is according to the U.S. computer model, the GFS model, and the European computer model. Pretty much the same story, about a 1 to 3 inch rainfall through Wednesday and Thursday. So a very wet period shaping up. Live view from the Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison. Skies are clear right now. The high today, 67 degrees, 2 degrees above the average high of 65. It was actually a little cool last night. We dropped to 35, and that's a little bit below the normal of 42. We'll be probably in the mid-40s for tonight. 57 the current temperature with clear skies in Madison. Winds out of the south-southwest at 3 miles per hour. On Weather Track, kind of an interesting configuration. Normally expect the jet stream to be farther to the north, but notice the main part of the jet stream going south of the Hawaiian Islands. They're kind of unusual, but you can see this fetch of moisture basically from the Hawaiian Islands all the way up into Mexico and then eventually into the southeastern part of the country. That's been feeding a very active storm track to our south and to our east, but also allowing the northern branch of the jet stream, the polar jet stream, to drop in, and that's keeping temperatures generally cooler than normal. We were mild today, but that cold front will bring in the next batch of cool air that'll be with us for much of the upcoming week. There's a storm system in the southeastern part of the country that's moving away from us, but this cold front, as it drops southeastward, will also generate some shower and thunderstorms during the day tomorrow, and then it'll be followed by cooler weather. Notice behind the front, those temperatures drop off by a good 10 to 20 degrees. Our forecast for tonight calls for partly cloudy skies, a very nice night overall. Low temperature dropping to 46, so milder than last night. Tomorrow we'll see variably cloudy skies, some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Not an all-day rain, though. High temperature at 70. On Future Track, quiet conditions for tonight, but the computer models have now been bringing a chance of a shower or thunderstorm pretty much through the entire day. Maybe a little batch in the morning, a couple in the afternoon, and then another round later tomorrow night into Monday. But notice on Monday, those winds becoming more easterly and northeasterly. Look at the temperatures. High temperatures only around 60 degrees. As we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, once the rain starts, those temperatures really nosedive. It'll be windy and chilly for both Wednesday and Thursday. High temperatures barely in the 50s with a pretty good chance of rain. Once we get some sunshine toward the end of the week, temperatures should rebound back to around 60 by next weekend. The average high temperature should be in the mid to upper 60s. We don't see that until the middle of next week.
Yeah, so just wait until next weekend.
Right.
The nice weather will be back.
It will be.
Okay, thank you so much, Gary. A big milestone for Forward Madison tonight. Highlights coming up next in sports.
All right, so I sound like a broken record here, but Christian Yelich out for the 6th game in a row since he left last Sunday's game with a lower back injury. Now, we were a little hopeful that since he said he felt great, his words, yesterday after he hit the cages, but no dice, so stay tuned. Meanwhile, the rest of the team in Game 2 against the Mets down 1-0 in the 3rd inning. Lorenzo Cain sending that one to right. Ben Gamel, hair flying in the wind, comes on home. And we've got a tie ball game. 2 batters later, Mike Moustakas goes deep to right field. That's an RBI single scoring Cain. Brewers take the 2-1 lead. The Mets, though, they tie it up in the 9th. Right now, long night at Miller Park. We're tied up 2-2 in the 14th inning. To some softball now, Wisconsin down 4-1 in the 4th inning to Nebraska. Lauren Foster sending one down the left field line. Tyra Turner crossing home plate. Badgers down 4-2 now. They keep on chipping away, though. Allie Miklish at the plate. She goes through the gap in right field. Foster scores, and it's now a 1-run game. Skip ahead to the 6th inning. Kayla Conwent chopping the ball to 3rd. That throw, though, not quite there, so Conwent taking advantage, hustles to 2nd. Miklish scores, and we've got a tie game. Badgers keep on persevering. Taylor Johnson, that one almost over the fence in right field, but good enough for Conwent to score. Wisconsin wins 5-4 the final. Kaylee Hestigan pitching all 7 for the Badgers, giving up 4 runs on 8 hits. Rubber match tomorrow. It's been changed to 10 a.m. now. That's senior day. Well, a truly special night for former Packers general manager Ted Thompson. He was inducted into the Packers Hall of Fame tonight at Lambeau Field. He's the 162nd inductee into this elite group. And during his 13-year tenure as executive vice president, general manager, and director of football operations, he won a Super Bowl title and 6 NFC North titles. He was, of course, responsible for drafting Aaron Rodgers, and most recently became senior advisor to the team, getting a lot of props from those around him tonight, including former teammates.
I think it's unbelievable because to do that, you need to be so consistent year in and year out. You're going to get injuries, you're going to get bad breaks, and you have to have a philosophy that can allow you to win every year. I think that's what he was able to do. And even the developing the young players, you know, that makes your organization work together.
And the 145th Kentucky Derby was a wet and rainy one for the 2nd year in a row, so conditions not very favorable, but Maximum Security got out to an early lead, held on to it to cross the finish line first. That would have been jockey Luis Saez's first Derby win, but there was an objection from horses 7 and 10, so officials went to the replay booth for a good 20-plus minutes or so. The objection was that Maximum Security crossed over into other lanes. Turns out the officials agreed with the objection, and Country House, there you see the jockey and owner at the moment, they found out that they indeed are the winners. This is the first time in the 145-year history of the Kentucky Derby that the winner has been disqualified. Country House is the 2nd biggest long shot to win the Derby. Odds of winning were 65-1. Forward Madison hosting Toronto FC on a gorgeous night at Breese Stevens Field. In the 33rd minute, check out Paolo Jr., number 11, with the first ever home goal for the team. 1-0 Madison. Toronto ties it up, and it's 1-1 at the half. But in the 68th minute, Carter Manley hitting the back of the net to give Madison the lead, and they hang on to win 3-1 the final. First win at home on home turf for this team.
Have they had an away game yet?
They have. They've had a couple, yeah. So
very exciting.
Very exciting night for them.
Yeah, awesome. Yep. Okay, thank you so much. We'll be right back.
No.
Before we go tonight, we want to share a special announcement here at News 3 Now. Tonight, the station swept the Wisconsin Broadcasters Awards ceremony, taking home Best Media Market, Television, Social, and Digital Media Station, Best TV News Operation of the Year, and Station of the Year. We also took home awards for the Best Sports Cast, Best Election Coverage, Best Morning and Evening Newscasts, among other honors. We are very proud of these awards, but also want to thank you for sticking with us every day and trusting us. Very exciting night.
Very nice.
All right, let's look at the
Almost as nice as the weather that
Yeah.
we had today. Temperatures today were in the upper 60s. Tomorrow will be around 70, but you can see a couple of showers and thunderstorms well out to the west of us. They'll be here tomorrow, so expect the possibility for some rain. Nothing imminent right now. Temperatures pretty comfortable in the mid to upper 50s, but tomorrow look for a high of 70 with some scattered shower and thunderstorm chances. The best chances might be in the afternoon, but a better chance for rain on Monday. Tuesday, mainly dry but turning cooler. Look at Wednesday and Thursday. Highs only in the lower 50s. It'll be windy and rainy for both of those days. Be on the cool side of a storm system. At least it won't be snow. So you got to look at the bright side of things.
Glass half full. Look at you, Penelope.
So if you didn't enjoy today, get out there tomorrow.
That's right.
All right, thanks so much, and have a great night. Thanks for joining us.